You know, you hear people will get into trouble and then they'll go lawyer up. And then they go down to the courthouse, and it seems like the process takes a lot of time. And what I hear people say is, well, why does this take so long? And then at the end, you know, you have this situation where they're faced with going to a jury trial, or they can accept a plea deal. You work a lot in those courts. How does the whole plea deal system work?
Well, I mean, you know, when we talk about a plea deal, that's a negotiated resolution between the attorney that who you hire to represent you and the District Attorney General's office. So it is one in which an agreement's reached. Of course, the client's kept fully informed relative to the same, and you decide if their offer is palatable, if it's something that you're willing to accept. I mean, and by that, usually you're aware of what the possible punishments are for the crime that you're charged with, as well as what the punishments are for the crime that you're going to plead to. So, you know, no plea can be taken without it being fully read in court and that the individual is fully apprised of their rights.
Knowingly, voluntarily.
Absolutely.
I think those are the big key words there. They know what's going on, they voluntarily agree to it, and then they accept whatever punishment is meted out in that process.
Right, and in both the sessions courts and in the criminal courts, the actual process is recorded. So, you know, they're going to be asked questions under oath relative to it, and, you know, they're going to be apprised of what the circumstances are and what these punishments are going to be that they're willing to accept or not accept.
Now, in Tennessee, we have what's called a judicial diversion or an expungement available to people as well.
Well, you know, judicial diversion is a created way of removing charges by the legislature, and you know, it is somewhat discretionary, but it also only applies to certain charges. Like, you cannot judicially divert a driving under the influence charge in certain other sex-related crimes, things of that nature that you know, the legislature's determined wouldn't be appropriate to remove from the record. Now, we've had some recent changes in the law where even if it's a conviction that you've had, if you've only had one conviction and you've not had any other problem for the statutory period of time, then you can also go back and have that charge expunged. So when we talk about expunge, we're talking about removing it from your criminal record, and that's very, very important. It removes it from the public record so that employers and folks that are checking you out, they can't get that information, albeit will always be on the private record, that is the record maintained by law enforcement.